And dun 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 dun. It's your girl Breezy back for another episode of the Black Girl Baking Show. Welcome to my mama's kitchen in the house that I was born in. And I mentioned that specifically because tomorrow is my birthday. I turned 28. I know you can't tell because I'm so youthful and so lively. But tomorrow I turn 28, and obviously 28 is not old. I'm just playing, y'all. Relax, relax. I know 28 is very young. It starts with 20, so it's young. No shade. I'm just saying, I'm still 2 years away from 30, so keep that in mind. But in honor of my birthday today, we're gonna make a birthday cake for me because I don't know if anybody else will. So, so I was thinking about it and I was like, okay, what's my favorite cake? And I just like so many things. I even talked to my sister yesterday and I was like, Jerka, what should I make? Like, what kind of cake should I make for myself? And she
said, I don't know, you like too much stuff. You just like stuff. You like flavors, you like textures, you like new things.
And so I was thinking about it and I said, ooh, what if we do a tiramisu cake? And not like tiramisu with the lady fingers and everything, but what if I make a cake and then do the mascarpone filling and like a coffee soak and like the little tap, tap, tap of cocoa powder dusting on top? So that's what I'm doing today. I'm gonna do a tiramisu cake for my birthday. And I'm hoping it'll be good because I've never done it before. So if it's horrible, you know, we'll just pivot and keep it pushing how I always do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. But before, let's look at this picture of me as a baby. Aww, look at her. Isn't she adorable? Little fat faced, drooly mouth baby. All right, that's enough. Let's get into it. So to start off this recipe, we're going to take flour, and you're supposed to use cake flour because cake flour is lighter. It's better for making cakes because it'll make the cake like fluffier and less dense. I didn't have cake flour, but pro tip, what you can do to make cake flour is for every cup of flour, take out a fourth of that and add a fourth cup of cornstarch. So that's what I'm doing. And really I should probably sift this too, but I don't feel like it. So I'm just gonna give it a nice light whisk. And I'm going to, that was me preheating the oven so I don't forget, because I always forget to preheat the oven. Y'all know that already though. In effort for me to not have to sift, I'm going to kind of fluff up the flour and cornstarch like this. Meaning when I'm whisking it, I'm gonna lift it up and literally give it some air time. Now I'm gonna also add my baking powder and whisk that together. All right, I'm gonna set this aside and now we're gonna use the mixer. I'm gonna throw the eggs into the mixing bowl. Now you're gonna beat these eggs until they start to get a little foamy. So beat them kind of on high. Sorry, I'm moving this around because I don't want it to fall off the edge. You're gonna beat it on high until they get kind of foamy. And then we're gonna gradually add in the sugar in like 4 sections. So maybe a fourth at a time. There's a little bit of foam now. Well, you can't see because my camera won't capture it. Trust me, there's foam in there. It's a little foamy on top, just like a thin layer of foam. So now I'm gonna take my sugar and pour in, like I said before, about a fourth of it. I'm gonna do that in batches and keep scraping on the sides so all the sugar and the egg is getting mixed together inside. Scrape down my sides, pour more sugar inside, hallelujah. That sounds like a gospel song, doesn't it? What you'll notice is that, you know, eggs are yellow. It'll very gradually start to become pale and like light in color, almost not white, but like a soft Easter yellow. You know, like the little chicks, like the soft pale Easter yellow, pastels, Mother's Day, that shade of yellow. Okay, this looks good, this looks good. So the recipe says that it'll be thick and kind of make a ribbon. I think that means it's fine, I think. I might beat it a little bit longer, just to make sure we're on par with where we need to be. But I think it's pretty good. Again, I've never made it before, so I don't really know what it's supposed to look like. I'm just reading directions very carefully, because what I don't want is a broke down and busted birthday cake. That'd be unfortunate. Now I'm gonna add in salt, because y'all know everything needs salt. The recipe says a half teaspoon of vanilla. I always like to add more than that. I'll do like 3/4 of a teaspoon. Then we're gonna mix that together for about a minute. And after that, then I'm gonna pour in the oil in a steady stream for about a minute. Just all these little minutes here and there, minute there, minute there. But I'm gonna follow directions, because I don't want no problems. Okay. Pouring in the oil, steady stream. Good. Let that mix for a minute. This is the most interesting cake recipe I've ever done in my life. This is not any method I've ever seen before. It's not using milk or water, which I find fascinating. There's some cake recipes where it does like the reverse creaming method, which kind of freaks me out too as is, but this is just really weird. Like really weird. I hope it's good. I didn't check reviews. Oh gosh, I didn't check reviews. It might be horrible. But we're here now. Oh well. So now I'm gonna add in a half cup of brewed coffee. Steady stream that too. Steady stream, steady stream. Take it a little slow because you know liquid can splash up on you and I don't want that in my birthday dress. All right, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit just so it all gets mixed together. Now this is super thin and I'm terrified because there's not that much flour, so I don't know. It says to add in all the flour at once, which also isn't usual because usually you do like a liquid flour situation, but there's no conventionality here, so just dump it in there, I guess. Let's just get in there. And it says to mix it on low until everything's incorporated and you don't splash yourself, so we'll see. Ooh, it smells good. You also want to mix on low because as with everything else, you don't want to overmix. Take it out and fold it a few times. Just make sure that everything's incorporated. I think it looks pretty good. It looks like cake batter. So now I'm gonna put my batter into 2 9-inch cake pans. My bad, y'all. I think the recipe might have said 8-inch. I don't remember. But 9-inch should be okay because then it'll just be thinner. That's okay if it's thinner. Tiramisu is like a thin layered thing anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. But I do have a little bit, and I do mean a little bit, of my pannies left. And then I'm going to grease my pans to make sure that, oh my God, to make sure that nothing bad happens to my cakes and they flip out easily. Like I said, you're just gonna take your pan ease, which if you don't have the recipe, I guess I'll put that recipe in too, but I'll tell you right now. Basically, it's 3 parts flour, or it's equal parts flour, Crisco, and vegetable oil, or canola oil, whatever oil you want to use, honestly. And you just put all those things together, mix them, beat them with a hand mixer and a stand mixer with a emulsifier, or whatever you want to do. And it creates a perfect concoction to make sure your cakes flip out easily and don't stick. It is foolproof. Has never failed me. Never failed me, just like the Lord. I'm so excited though. This is the first time I'm getting to use my pans that I got from Jungle Gyms in Cincinnati. All right, now I'm gonna split my batter between these 2 pans. And I do not have a scale. If I did have a scale, I would weigh it to make sure that they're actually equal. But honestly, truly, whatever happens, happens. It's in there. Now I'm gonna throw these into my oven, which has been preheated to 350, and bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes. Now again, if it actually is supposed to be an 8-inch pans and these are in 9-inch pans, it might take a little less time because it's thinner. I'll just keep an eye on it and make sure I don't overbake it. But we'll see. 20 minutes, cool. So now I'm gonna make my soak for the tiramisu, because if anybody's had tiramisu before, you know that there's like a coffee soak that oftentimes has some liquor in it too. They'll have like rum or amaretto or I don't know, alcohol that they'll put into the coffee soak too. So it soaks into the lady fingers and gives it like a boozy taste. Now I don't really like that. I don't really drink like that, so I don't want that in my cake. So I'm just gonna do it with the coffee soak. Just drop my tablespoon, cool. What I'm gonna do is make my coffee soak. I have some water over on the stove warming up to a simmer right now. And all it is some sugar, just a tablespoon of sugar. And it'll be 6 tablespoons of espresso powder or instant coffee powder. Yeah, it's kind of a lot actually. Yo, that's kind of a lot. But but if that's what it says. So you simmer 2 cups of water, but then you measure out a 1.5 cups, which I guess is just trying to account for the fact that some of it might evaporate. But anyway, measure out a 1.5 cups of the water and pour it over the instant coffee and sugar. And I'm gonna let it sit and keep doing that, I guess, and cooling down. And now I'm going to make our mascarpone filling frosting. I'm gonna take a container of okay, let's pull over and park for a sec. I think it's pronounced mascarpone, which is confusing to me. Like whenever I watch baking shows, they say mascarpone. Ain't no R, though. It's mas. And then I also have heard somebody say mascarpone. Is it pony? Like Al Capone? No, his Al Capone. So I don't know. I'll look it up after the fact and plug it in at some point so you can know what's happening. I don't know it. But we're gonna take the container of this cheese, because that's what it is, it's cheese. Funny quick story, it's not actually that funny, it's just like story, okay? I tried to make mozzarella one day, a couple weeks ago. Nara Smith was like, my kids wanted cheese sticks, so I made mozzarella. So I was like, if she can do it, I can do it, because I be doing this kitchen stuff too. So I decided to try it, and it was not fantastic. It wasn't bad, it was not fantastic. It never really got to like that smooth mozzarella texture. So I kind of called it a ricotta, and then I used it in a baked ziti that I made the next day. So still worked, but it wasn't great. I think my cheese days are done. I'm kind of off that. So I got my mascarpone in there. I got 2 tablespoons of sugar, which to me doesn't feel like enough, but maybe I'm just a sugar head. That's also possible and probable and true. And then there's supposed to be a teaspoon and 1/4 of vanilla. I think this is a teaspoon and 1/2 measuring cup, so I'm gonna do that, or measuring spoon. We beat it together until everything comes together. I think everything has come together quite nicely. It honestly does kind of look like ricotta, like how ricotta is when it's a little bit softer and not cold, which is fine. Now I'm supposed to slowly beat in the heavy whipping cream, because the whipping cream will make it light and fluffy and turn it into a frosting and not like a whatever texture that is. Okay, so the texture has kind of like was turned into liquid, but now you're supposed to beat it until it fluffs up into stiff peaks. I'm gonna take a moment to scrape down the sides a little. So let me just scrape like real quick, like real quick. Okay, keep going. Now I'm not gonna lie, I'm invested in the taste of this mixture because it just really wasn't much sugar. Let me taste a little bit. Now I should have just sipped orange juice before I did this, but oh well, we're here now. Well, you know, I get it. I think because there's such strong flavor happening in the cake and in the soak, like in the coffee soak, you kind of need the not strong taste offset of the frosting to make it balance out. So I'm just gonna take all this frosting and throw it in the fridge while my cakes that I just got out are cooling. Okay, I am back. The cake is cooled. Things are thinging. There's a lot of things in front of me. We're gonna assemble the cake. So basically tiramisu, if you know, is lady fingers. It has, like I said before, a coffee / alcoholic tasting soap. And then there's the mascarpone like filling that you layer up like a lasagna. The cake is weird. Like, it's really interesting. I've never seen a cake look like this before. It's very porous, very light, very airy, almost like when you put too much liquid into it and it's like wrong. But I see why they did it this way. It's because lady fingers are very porous. They're very airy, so they soak up that soak really well. So whoever made the recipe, girl, you got it. And I know it was a woman, so I can say, girl, you got it. Girl, you got it. Good job. So I'm gonna take my coffee soak and like gently pour it and let it start soaking. Oh wow, it's soaking up immediately because of how porous the cake is. Oh, that's great. That's perfect. I can't tell, like, that feels pretty wet. I'm gonna take my mascarpone whipped cream, not very sweet mixture, and low-key I wanna add some more. Oh, it's probably fine. Okay, let me just go ahead and do it. Gonna add some of this here. And you know this is where I shine, right? You know I do this, right? I do it like it's my profession, because it is. Look at her twirl. Isn't she beautiful? I think that's good. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Funny enough, my panties did fail me a little bit, and a chunk came out, but we'll just put that there. Nobody's gonna know. Okay, there we go. All right, let's do another layer of the coffee soak. It's really interesting that I decided to make this for my birthday, because up until like 2 months ago, I probably would have said that I wasn't really a fan of tiramisu. But one of our bakers, Rakaya, aka Kai Kai, made some tiramisu and brought it into work one day. And it was just really good. It was really tasty. And I was like, you know what? Actually, maybe I don't hate this. I think aside from the coffee, everything else is just so light flavored and light textured. And I am a texture person. Like, I like crisp. I like to bite into a crunch, you know? So maybe that's why I wasn't really a fan. My thought for the outside is I kind of wanted it to be like semi-naked. So I'm just gonna try to smooth and see what happens. And since the cake is soft, it'll kind of naturally, oh yeah. Yeah. That's actually kind of exactly what I want. Should I add some more? Should I leave it alone? Should I add some more? Should I leave it alone? Should I leave it more? Or should I add some? I think I'm gonna leave it alone. Let's not do too much, okay? Keep it cute. I wonder if I should do some like piping, or if I should just, you know what I mean? And I'm worried I don't have enough to really bring forth my vision. Okay, so just like I did with the middle layer, I'm gonna smooth from the inside out, and I'm gonna let it go all the way to the edges, because I have a thought in mind. Okay, I got a thought. Now I'm gonna go around the edge again to get that crisp top edge. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing. It's good to admit when you don't know what you're doing, guys. Okay, let's just do a spiral. It's pretty plain, pretty unoriginal, but it's never failed me. The final step of this cake. All right, do a light tap, 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 and dusting of cocoa powder on the top. Yay! Gorgeous. This is gonna be a pain in the butt to clean up, but for the optics, let's do it. Oh, that's too much. And dun 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 dun. My birthday cake. Wait, it looks really bad there. Let me lift it up so you can see it cuter. Dun 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 dun. Ta! Yay! Now it's my favorite part. Is this nice excessive? Absolutely. But it just feels right because I want a nice, clean cut. Here we go. Big reveal. Big finish. Big finish. Big finish. Here we go. Woo! Oh, wow. Wow. Look at that. That's actually super beautiful. I love it. Hey, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. That is very coffee forward. That is very coffee forward, but I like it. I think tiramisu lovers, people who enjoy it will really, wow. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. The recipe for the cake was perfect. Perfect, because I've never made ladyfingers before. Haven't had the desire to, don't want to, have no use for them. But this cake texture is exactly like the ladyfingers. It's nice and light and porous, almost non-existent. It's super physically light and it absorbs whatever you put into it. It's perfect. The coffee is coffeeing. The cocoa on top is giving the nice hint of chocolate. And the mascarpone filling is light and not flavorful exactly as it should be, because the other coffee flavor and chocolate flavor is very overwhelming. Now I gotta share this with people. This is so much cake. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Black Girl Baking Show. I'm so happy it turned out well. Here's the inside too. Look at it, 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 look at it. Ah! Thank you for hanging in there with me, for waiting on me, for subscribing, for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. You don't even know. Like, this makes me so happy. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this. I'll leave you the recipe. And I mean, shoot, if you want to send me some birthday money, you can. I got a Cash App. Your watching is enough. Your presence is enough. Thank you so much. I guess I'll see you on the next episode somewhere. Bye.